All right, welcome one and all to the draft analysis for the Oasis League. I'm here with Spida today. Spida? I'm still never going to get that right.
Spida, yeah.
Spida.
All
right. So yeah, we're just going to go over all the teams for the league, just kind of giving our thoughts on them. I don't know for sure if we're going to do a power ranking exactly for them. That's probably just going to be everything.
I have a rough idea in my head of the rankings, but yeah, that's not anything major.
Okay, well, I guess we just jump into it, starting with the first team, which is the, totally remember what it's called, the Brussels Burmy.
Yeah.
So looking at this team, seems pretty bulky. Definitely abusing the hail here. I like it for the most part, actually. I think it's a pretty decent team. What are your thoughts, immediate thoughts looking at it?
Well, yeah, Terra was sort of forced to draft Hale because of the bet that he lost or something. I think it was like that. But yeah, that's why he drafted Hale, because I think someone either told him to do it or bet him to do it, and then he said okay. And then yeah, so that's where the Hale team comes from, because I know you don't often see the Hale team, but as far as they go, I think it's constructed very well. It is obviously weak to stealth rocks, but what can a Hale team really do, you know?
Yeah, my first comment I was going to make actually is I feel like there's too much ice on the team, to be honest. I feel like Glaceon could go.
I think, yeah, he overdid it a little bit, but the Glaceon's cool.
It is cool. So. The ice body's nice in the Hail for healing, especially when it's pretty much forced to run boots to stay defensive on the team. Yeah. But I still feel like I would have subbed that out for something else. That's just me personally.
He has an amazing defogger, though, in Mega Scizor. And a very good just steel resist.
He's also got Whimsicott for defog and Rapid Spin on Sand Slash. So those are nice.
Rapid Spin on Sand Slash is really good.
One of the only things I'd really because I'd also sub out that Glaceon, because I think he should have another setup sweeper. When he has Veil active, like available, he has access to Como and he has Scizor, and that's about it. Nothing else is really going to be sweeping behind that.
Go, I guess, can sort of, get those boosts going. But
does that have, what does it have again? It does have, it has Calm Mind, right?
Beast Boost.
Oh, Beast Boost.
It just runs Vex or Life Orb, just gets those Beast Boosts.
Yeah, no, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Glaceon's the only thing I find issue with. Everything else looks good. I'd maybe get a Rock type for the team. No, maybe Rock and Ghost. Is there anything with that combination?
Not that I know of, actually.
We're probably missing something.
Yeah.
I don't know. He already has a Ghost type too, though. I don't know. It's just hard to... When you have so many ice types, it's hard to build a defensive core that blocks all of it.
Yeah. Well,
Fire...
Mega Scizor is always an amazing core, just in general.
Yeah, Fire is definitely the biggest thing. I don't know.
He's got 2 great resists, though, so...
If he had a Jellicent here, that would have been nice, actually. Jellicent on this team would have been good. But, yeah, I guess that's the first one. First team. So let's just move on to the CTE Yellow Jackets.
Sure.
So looking at their team, it's the Mono Psychic team of the draft.
Yeah, we kind of started off with the 2 meme teams, so...
Yeah.
I promise to get better as the video will go on. We'll probably have more to say about the more well-constructed teams.
I mean, for this team, it really is just setting terrain and just going for it. That's about all you can do, honestly.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, expanding force is a broken move.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's very big.
Yeah, and he picked up some stuff that's a good answer to the dark types. I mean, Gallade is there with Justify, Tapu Lele has the Fairy, Malamar has Superpower, Dazzling Gleam is on a couple of these Pokemon still. He's not going to be bad against dark necessarily, but he's never really going to be able to take those hits. Any strong dark type is going to be able to mess with this team really bad.
He is extremely weak to Ghost.
Yeah, Meloetta is the only answer he has to that.
Pretty much, yeah. Meloetta is the only answer.
No, Malamar as well, I guess.
I guess the Malamar is really not that bulky, and it's not useful in a whole lot of situations.
No,
Malamar just gets walled by a lot of bulky waters and stuff, or just any haze user or anything faster than just nuke it.
Yeah, so. No, that's an unfortunate case. I mean, it could, with a Scarf set, it can take games, no doubt about that. And the Psychic Train's really nice because some of his faster members, like the Latios and the Zam, don't have to worry about being priority. Like, have that
well, also
thing
got the
now.
expanding force Alakazam, but
Yeah, no, that's kind of ridiculous. But for this team, I know we're not doing power rankings, but I kind of see this one in the middle. It's not going to do bad, but I don't think it's going to be taking a whole bunch of games either. Anybody is going to easily be able to prep.
He's also very weak to just in general Scarfers because his only real wall is the Slowking. Or else he's going to have to let Metagross, Latios, Claydol take hits. All things that don't really have any reliable recovery. And just, like, if you got a Scarf, Scarf Dark type or any sort of Pursuit user, then I don't know.
Yeah, and this is actually recorded after the first game with the team.
Yeah.
So, I believe 3 battles or 4 battles have already happened in the league. So we're a little late getting this out.
Yeah.
I've even done my own battle, actually. No spoilers about that, though. But when we get to my team, I'll talk about some of the stuff that I saw from that. But with this team, the immediate thing I saw was Thunder Wave. What is the answer to Thunder Wave besides Claydol?
True.
Nothing wants to take those. Everything gets crippled by Thunder Wave. So just spamming that just really messes with this team.
Exactly.
And speed control in general. So I think that's enough on this team. Do you want to just move on to the next, unless you have any other comments?
This is one of my higher ranked teams, personally. I think.
Really?
Yeah. He tried to, draft a few mons that were already drafted just because he didn't look at the team page. And if he had gotten those mons, it would have been a lot better. But, Tornadus T and Conkel, they're a lot better than Crobat and Buzzwole. But I do think that even with the Crobat and the Buzzwole.
Or are we on the next team? Oh, I thought we were still on the last one.
No, I'm on California now.
It's okay.
Yeah, he has a pretty annoying regen for the... do you know if Alamamola gets flip turn?
It does not, from what I remember.
That's good.
That was one of the big things, because that was why I think Vaporeon was better. Because if it had Regenerator plus Flip Turn, it would... Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly.
So good. With the Wish. But,
Slowbro with Teleport,
yeah.
The Altaria, I don't know. I just think Altaria is bad in almost every way.
Really?
Because, it just can't break effectively, and it also really can't wall effectively. It just does not
Honestly,
do much.
I kind of disagree with that. Altaria is a really good wall, in my opinion. If you run it bulky, it has the bulk to do it. And Fairy plus Dragon is a pretty damn good type. Weaknesses to Steel, Fairy, and Poison aren't the best, and Ice. But just the amount of resistance it has. An immunity to Dragon, resist fighting type attacks, Bug type, Fire type, Grass type, Water type. I'm probably missing some. Dark.
The reason Altaria is bad is because it comes in the game as a Dragon Flying type.
Yeah,
so
no heavy duty boots.
You can't ever switch in your Altaria because you come in, you get neutered by Stealth Rocks, and then you're taking another 50+% from whatever move you're trying to switch it into, and then you have a 25% Altaria that's just ready to be finished off,
I guess.
That's the biggest problem. If it was Dragon Fairy before Mega Evolution, it would be much better. But
I feel like he has some good pivots, though. Like, I mean, he has U-turn on the Darmanitan, the Gligar, the Crobat. Just having a bit of momentum. You can get it in before any of those issues. Yeah.
I feel like another problem with this team is that he's going to be very reliant. You pretty much expect. I don't think he's going to be able to go a single game without bringing all 3 of his walls. Tangrowth, Alomola, Gligar, he needs all 3 every single game, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it isn't the strongest or highest tier wall core, and it can be beaten by some things, especially
immediately looking at it, Bolt Beam actually beats the core. If you have Thunderbolt and Ice Beam, if you throw a Clefable in front of this core, they cannot touch Clefable, especially defensive Clefable. No. Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Sludge Bomb doesn't do enough, and it's over.
Yeah. Fire Blast
for
the 8 Flash,
Yeah, so Clefable, but we're not talking about Clefable here. I don't even know when that team is going to come up, but Clefable does really good against this team. Yeah. The Darmanitan, though, is really nice. It's gonna hurt like a truck. That's a big threat.
Yeah. I'm glad I have one of the few things that can switch into Darmanitan on my team.
Yeah.
Being, I won't say anything yet, but it is one of the better answers that exist.
Yeah, I know. I got some decent answers to it myself, I think. But otherwise, looking at this team, it's definitely more physically sided than specially sided. Is one of the big things I noticed. H-Slash and Delphox are kind of carrying the special side and kind of Altaria. But on the special side...
Special than physical, I will say that.
Yeah. Though Dragon Dance is not to be slept on.
Well, it still gets outsped by like Scarf 85s. And even if you run Jolly, basically like a +1 return isn't breaking much, or a +1 Dragon Claw or whatever.
Yeah, I guess. I've seen some good mixed ones though.
I'm just on the full shit on Altaria train. That thing is garbage and belongs in the tier 3 mega where we put it.
Okay, like, well, low tier megas can do work unless their name is Camerupt, in my opinion.
They can, but they're not Altaria. Not Altaria.
Yeah. Okay,
right,
well.
We move on to the next team.
Yeah, so this is my team. So this is the big kid team. So I guess I can kind of go into things. I've decided not to actually go over an in-depth on my team in a separate analysis, just because of the fact that I could just say pretty much whatever I want here, and I think we'll go over pretty much everything. Knowing my team, it's going to be better to explain it. So for me, I was actually going to go bulkier to start. Believe it or not, my first pick was going to be Mega Venusaur. But then I noticed that Cinderace wasn't taken on the third pick, and I just...
The third pick, so...
Yeah, I've never...
That's just unacceptable.
I was gonna go back for it on the wheelhouse, like on the wheel pick, but unfortunately I got sniped on it on the second way around, which kind of sucked. But still, Cinderace is nice. It did pretty alright in the first game I brought it to, although my prep actually ruined the game for me. If you watch the battle, I could have won the game if I'd prepped Cinderace specifically properly, so that's really unfortunate. But it's still a really good Pokemon. It's the fastest Pokemon on my team, which is a bit of a problem actually. One of the big things I've noticed with this team is that I don't have enough speed. I have Scarfers, but it was a bit of a problem in the first game. I don't know if it's going to be a problem going through, but that's actually going to bring me to the second pick, which is Silvally, because Silvally is one of the biggest ones that I might give up partway through the season if I feel my speed problem's a bit too much. Simply going from 120 down to 100 with Flygon and then below 100 after that is a bit of a problem. I have some good speed tiers still, going with like Mischievous and Passimian are alright, and Hoopa and Rotom and Quillfish. So I do have decent speed tiers, but none of them are really going to clean games, is the issue.
Yeah, well, your Cinderace is obviously probably the best cleaner in Draft League, so I don't think you have to worry too much about cleaning games.
No.
But you do have some amazing wall breakers. I think your only weakness is that T-Jar is a decent check to dragon types, but you don't really have a good one, which is just like a Scarf Dragon.
Yeah, no, I noticed that too. T-Tar is also another Pokemon that Sand was kind of a thing I considered but never fully committed to with this team is the thing. Honestly, I kind of picked it up because I was provoked because people were saying that Mega Steelix sucked. And I was just, I had to prove them wrong by running Sand. And there was a plan to pick up a Dracovish, actually, near the end and just kind of surprise everybody with the draft. But it didn't end up working out just because as the draft came near the end, most teams already had good answers to Dracovish, so there wasn't really a point in me actually having it. But we'll get to what my replacement was. Just Vaporeon. Vaporeon's self-explanatory. I just wanted it. I was going to draft it after Mega Venusaur, but I just drafted it instead right away because Venusaur got sniped. It's just nice for the flip turn with the Wish.
It's so good, yeah.
It's so good. It's not as good as Clefable, but it's still really good. It's a good bulky water. Flip turn's good. You could forego the flip turn and still just run Scald, Surf, Ice Beam, whatever you want, and then Toxic. But it's a good bulky Pokemon. I wanted a good bulky water. Vaporeon fits the bill, and it pairs nicely with the other Pokemon that I have as a wall that got early, which was Rotom. Rotom's mostly there because I needed a good Melmetal answer because we allowed Melmetal in this draft, which was okay. So having Rotom for
honestly,
that.
like, yeah, just a quick thought on Melmetal. I'm not as high on it as it was a few months ago when it came out. I think in draft it definitely has some answers, and just throwing Rocky Helmet on everything will make it hard to just,
Yeah.
it makes it harder for it to do its thing.
And the thing is you kind of have to pick it up early, and because you do that, everybody's going to really draft an answer. It's like if you draft Dracovish at the start, nobody's going to not draft an answer for that, and I personally have had experience with that.
I'm building around Seismitoad, like...
Yeah. Coolfish is the next Pokemon on my team that I wanted to have hazard stacking, essentially. That was one of the big things for our team, to be able to clean up between sand damage and hazards and status for my team. I can really dig into my opponent and weaken them for my breakers and cleaners. And just gonna jump ahead to Mischievous, because Mischievous and Passimian both are there specifically to be a pain for hazard removal. Make it really hard and punishing if you want to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Because if you want to bring in, a rapid spinner, Mischievous deals with most of them in the game. And
well, yeah, the Will-O-Wisp is very nice as well, just the threat.
Yeah, so anything like Drill, Avalugg, Hitmontop, nothing really wants to deal with a defensive Mischievous. And for Passimian, that takes care of most of the defog Pokemon, because almost any defog Pokemon isn't going to want to deal with a Scarf Passimian staring them down with +2 in attack.
Yeah.
So spending a lot of time on my team, so I'm going to hurry it up, I think, a bit. Steelix is just there because I really like Steelix and Vaporeon also. They cover each other's weaknesses really well, and Steelix is a Pokemon that, despite being a low-tier Mega, has always performed for me in draft. I've never had a season where I've had Steelix and thought, I need to get rid of this is underperforming. It's actually one of my favorite Megas to use, even over Aggron. Just because it has a little bit more bulk against resisted hits is something that I actually like having. Because even if you have the filter reduce damage, you're still taking a super effective hit with Aggron.
Yeah.
Taking those resisted hits better, or neutral hits with Steelix is nice. Only thing I miss is Thunder Wave. Aggron's Thunder Wave is the big thing that I would like to have, but I can live without.
Yeah, the Aggron, personally, I'm a much bigger fan of Aggron, especially when I compare Aggron with Clefable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When I compare... Oh, Ender's here.
Oh, wow. Wasn't expecting a guest.
Yes, welcome to the draft analysis. We're currently on... Well, why don't we say we move on to Kron's team now?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's go to the next one. Alright, this team... I'm a big fan of this team, personally. Alright. Bye. Ender's here. Are you gonna stay, or you...
Freaking... No, I was... disconnected bug. DC bug.
Oh, well, if you want to pull up the draft, I mean, I don't mind you jumping in.
Oh, we're doing that now? Alright.
Yeah, so we're sitting on Kron's team right now. Yeah, Fredonia Flapples.
How are we doing this? Alphabetically, or...?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, looking at Kron's team, I mean, you said you really like this team, so I'll let you take this, Spida.
Yeah, okay, well, well, obviously you got the Togekit's Jirachi annoyance just to deal with. Either of them can just run Scarf and win a game just because they're annoying.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously the Lopunny is very nice as well. The Hydreigon, one of my favorite Pokemon. Two of my favorite Pokemon right there. Lopunny and Hydreigon. Roserade, another one. I think I like it more because of the Pokemon on the team than the actual team itself.
Yeah,
but,
I really like Lopunny getting U-turn this generation. That really helps with keeping up offensive momentum. And Triple Axle doesn't hurt either over the Ice Punch.
Well, I mean,
dependent.
There was also the definitely underused tech in Gen 7 was just running Baton Pass on Lopunny and basically clicking it when you would have used U-turn, but obviously U-turn is nicer for the chip.
Yeah.
However, then you do run into the Rocky Helmet problems of just having to take 17% just for trying to click U-turn, so it's hit or miss. Close Combat was probably its best addition this generation.
Much more safe than High Jump Kick.
Exactly, yes, and just as powerful.
Jirachi gets Celebrate, doesn't it? Or no, there's no Z moves in this draft. So it
No,
doesn't
no
matter.
Z moves.
Yo, I'm gonna run celebrate without Z moves. Watch me.
That's a
On
real
what?
flex.
What do you have that let us celebrate?
You like when you're about to 6-0 win a game and you just click celebrate.
Big flex. But Jirachi, Jirachi plus Togekiss, just Scarf spamming flinches is going to be a pain. Especially with the Araquanid there with the Stinky Web to lay that down. Rotom's a nice cleaner, and so is a Hydreigon, not being affected by any kind of webs. Rotom's really slept on, in my opinion, Frost specifically, because it's good. If you can remove hazards, especially, if you don't run Boots and you just run Scarf for specs, it's got Stab, Bolt Beam, essentially. It's Blizzard and then Thunderbolt, but it still hits quite hard, and it's hard to wall it. So I like that.
Sure.
Other than that, I like the stacking of the hazards, because he's also got the Roserade there with both spikes, and Sand Slash there with Stealth Rocks, and then the spin so that you can keep his own hazards up.
Yeah. The one thing I would say about this team is that as far as fighting resist go, he is very, very dependent on that Togekiss. And if the fighting type has a nice Ice Punch, Gunk Shot, as many of them do, the Togekiss can be severely crippled.
You know, looks like a good answer to this team. Toxicroak.
You know, looks like a great answer to the team.
Toxicroak is a good answer.
Urshifu, I was gonna say.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Although Urshifu destroys every team, so...
Yeah. Going into the next... Do you want to go to the next team? Otherwise,
Yeah,
it's just Lycanroc for cleaning, Magmortar for some wall breaking, and Ditto just to Ditto anything, preventing sweeps.
Yeah,
Yeah, so this team just had a battle in the last hour, actually.
Yeah. The one thing that confuses me about this team is the dual water, but I guess Mantine is a good defogger. I don't really know.
I don't blame him. I have dual water with my Coefficient Vaporeon. Water's just a really good type.
It is a great type. Dual water isn't necessarily bad, but if you're running dual water, you figured you'd have like a more offensive and then a more defensive water, but you have two bulky waters here, which kind of redundant, especially on a team with the electric terrain.
Yeah, especially because electric moves will do more, and if you have grass coverage on that electric type, like a Grass Knot or an Energy Ball, Doniphan can't really do much either.
Yeah.
Though, wait, what am I thinking? Sceptile is here. Sceptile can take those hits. Does it get access to Synthesis? I'm not sure. On Sceptile? You can run Leech Seed and Sub, I know that, but I don't know if it could come in and take a couple hits when
I don't
required.
think it gets assist. But yeah, no, I think obviously one of the better things is the electric terrain allowing Sceptile, as we saw in the first game here, to run that Nature Power Electric, which is very useful for it to hit flying types. I'm sorry if I spoiled the game a little bit there. I was just proud of the tech I told Marcus to run.
Proud of this tech I told this man to run.
Yeah. That Nature Power. Yeah, that Nature Power Thunderbolt is very nice. Flat out win games sometimes.
You're a little quiet right now, Spida.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm just saying.
I think your mic disconnected or something. Like it's pulled out partially, maybe.
Should be better now.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. Reuniclus can just flat out win a game sometimes because it's just annoying.
Oh, I love it. I've drafted it a lot, but I avoided it this time around because I drafted too much. It was part of the reason I didn't pick Venusaur right away either.
I have no idea what a Reuniclus does because I've never personally.
It's just a nice Magic Guard setup mon. Usually, the Life Orb set's very good too.
It has good special attack, good bulk. Just speed is its issue, but it has Trick Room, so who cares?
Yeah,
I'm a fan of the Regenerator spec set with the Future Sight. Is also an amazing set. I wish it got Teleport, but it does not, which
Yeah, that would have been nice. It would have been a nice alternative to Slowbro because, well, it could take those hits and then Regenerator too, but it can actually take status on like Slowbro. Or no, it can't with Regenerator, so...
Yeah. It's one of my least favorite mons to play against.
Yeah, I can believe it.
Yeah.
I've ran stuff like Colberberry before on it too, just to mess with opponents that try to take it out. But... yeah, otherwise on the team, not like Corviknight's on there. Corviknight's always going to be good. Altaria showing up just to be the Mega Altaria, but worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Though the thing about this one is it can run boots, which is nice because it can use Heal Bell to be a cleric. But on this team, I'm not really sure what you need a cleric for. The only Pokemon that's really affected by status that you're really going to worry about maybe is... Doniphan getting burned or toxic, and
Riku getting toxic maybe.
But Luxray doesn't care because of guts. Lucario can run special. Colossal doesn't really care. Mantine wants that, but Mantine, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's Altaria. I don't really see it coming very often for this team.
It's a decent low tier pick, but it's not gonna like when you have Corviknight right there.
Yeah,
not much of a reason to run it. So I guess on to the next.
Malmo firefighting.
This team is scary.
So there's the Clefable and the Melmetal.
Yeah. Clef and Melmetal together is just... yeah.
This team is full of threats, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Nidoking hits hard. Melmetal just punches holes. Clefable's a pain to take down. Mandibuzz being there.
Lycanroc is so stupid.
That's a good cleaner. Priority with Hitmonchan.
Lycanroc is so strong.
This team, I actually didn't take a good look at it before, but it's... I can see not much issues with it, honestly. This is definitely a top-tier team.
It's one of the better teams in the league, I think. Yeah, definitely up there in the in my personal power rankings, if I remember.
Yeah, he's got a really good Firewater Grass core is the big thing I'm looking at.
I like just the ability for Clefable to Wish Teleport into Melmetal is just so scary.
Yeah, and the Mandibuzz scheme kept up too.
Like,
Melmetal
Melmetal, it's the thing it's most scared of is obviously Rocky Helmet, and the Clefable just allowing to give it HP whenever it wants. The only problem is Melmetal has such a high base HP that a Wish Teleport won't be doing much. But he can make up for that fact, which is what I have done in my other league with Clefable. I have one of past wishes to mons with higher HP. As instead of putting HP EVs, I just put more in defensive stats.
Yeah.
Just so I still get that 50% back in HP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, and that works nice. But yeah, I don't really see a hole in this team, honestly. The only way I really see beating it is chipping it down and setup. Earthquake doesn't really even do it because
I mean the Uxie, I guess, and the Mandibuzz
and Appleton.
Edgequake can hit it pretty hard.
I'm not really. I don't see many big holes in this team, and I don't really want to talk about techs too much because I don't want to run into issues being this team.
Yeah.
But yeah, really threatening team. Honestly, definitely one of the top rated.
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess just move. I know it was quick, but I think just move on.
Sure.
Maniacal Mudkips.
Yeah. So there's the worst Mega.
Yeah. I wouldn't say
second worst Mega, but that is trash.
I'd say Banette's better just because you have Destiny Bond, Will-O-Wisp, Priority, one of the highest attack stats in the game. Camerupt really suffers from being ×4 weak to water and taking ground. And it's
it's a bad typing. It's just a bad typing.
In the Trick Room, it's good, but I don't know if it's enough to save it personally. Because if you're out of the Trick Room, it's not, because of those weaknesses, it's not bulky enough to actually take the hits you want it to.
The
thing is with this team is that it's very weak to just pivots. Like you can pivot around it very easily. Pivot enough so that it can never actually set up Trick Room, and then it can never get any kills off. Because this team without Trick Room, it just relies on Dragapult completely.
Well, what about Thundurus too?
I mean, I think a Thundurus T would have been better on this team than a Thundurus I.
Yeah.
But I can see what they're going to go for with the Prankster T-Wave into pawns like Funkelder.
Personally, I think this team's kind of a mid-tier.
I think it's one of the lower teams, but I don't really think anybody has a bad draft except for maybe the Mono Psychic.
I think the only issue is it's unfortunate to see Stakataka without the Z move because it's such a good Z user. I think I've used it twice before in draft, and both times it's just been a great Pokemon.
It's one of my favorite mons design-wise. I really haven't drafted it ever. Actually, I drafted it once, but I didn't use it much.
It's not the easiest to use, but if you weaken a team and you start going with like one Z hit, one Beast Boost, and this thing just cleans games with Edge Quake and Steel.
It's so niche.
Yeah, but it's so good too. So, otherwise, just Trick Room setters. I mean, he's only got the Stack Attack and had Rain, as far as I can tell, for Trick Room.
I don't think Chansey learns it.
No, so I feel like that's one of the big weaknesses for the team, actually, because on any Trick Room team, I would have done at least 3 setters.
Yeah, exactly.
Because let's say 2 of your Trick Room setters don't have a good matchup, well, you're done. I mean, had Rain and Sagataka paired nice, but I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Look at Excadrill and look at those 2 Trick Room setters. They're never setting up.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, actually, Excadrill does pretty well against this team except the Conkeldurr, but I don't remember who has Excadrill, so I'm not going to talk about the matchup.
Yeah, Excadrill's going to be coming up soon. I think Ben has it.
Yeah?
But you want to move on to John and the next team?
Sure.
The Miami Manatees.
Yep.
I have to play this team this week, and I am completely terrified. I have to play it in a few hours, actually.
Nice.
I'm completely terrified. Like, Urshifu plus Mega Diancie kills everything on the board. Like, nothing can resist both of those mons. It's
exactly what's getting through that.
Focus Sash and Ninja.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess. But
it still dies to both their stabs. But it has Focus Sash.
Almost make this a mid-tier team alone, not even counting the other 9.
I mean, the other 9 are all alright.
Because this team's offense is amazing. Like, it's just so hard to beat.
Its defense is a bit... It's okay.
All 4 of his top mons, I'm going to say his top mons would be the Diancie, Urshifu, Scizor, and Rotom. All 4 of them have the ability to either set up and hit hard or just straight up hit hard. And they all 4 of them have the ability to pivot. Diancie with Baton Pass, Urshifu with U-turn, Scizor with U-turn, Rotom with Volt Switch. Which makes this team one of the most threatening offensive teams in the league, if not the most threatening offensive team.
Yeah, Lurantis also with the contrary, Leaf Storms and Superpowers can also steamroll games.
The only problem I see with this team is that it doesn't really have much for a good solid revenge killer outside of that Koff Rodriguez, which, I don't know.
Revenge killer?
I mean, very weak to just like a nice, just scarf something that can come in revenge kill it. I don't want to say too much in case, well, it probably won't be uploaded before I have to play him, I guess.
No.
Yeah.
A good Scarf Pokemon does do work versus this team, I can agree. Talonflame's Gale Wings not being always... I mean, I know it's been a whole generation since that happened, but that's always been a bad thing for Talonflame.
It's also weak as hell now.
I feel like they need to rebuff Gale Wings. It doesn't need to go back to the same, but it should be, if it's over 50% health, it should be able to just...
Sort of like Archeops.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's how I believe it should have been done.
Yeah, that sounds good to me, honestly. Because then you can't just spam Braybird.
No, you still can't do that, but it's still going to be,
I think,
you can run Acrobatics if you want to, Citrus Berry, and that will still be good.
The real problem with Talonflame was it getting those, like, priority roosts at, like 12 HP, like very low, and it could, like, live, It's just very, very strong Pokemon in the metagame. But one of my favorites, and I'm sad that it's trash now.
I was very surprised that it would, like, why nerf Gale Wings on the same generation you introduced Tapu Koko and Toxapex? Like, come on. And Tapu Lele with the Psychic Terrain. So, really not a good...
And they nerfed the terrain, so they're at least consistent, so...
Yeah, I just feel like Game Freak was really... I feel like they did the nerf early into development, and then later Talonflame was nerfed by the meta itself.
Yeah, I think they did it mostly because of VGC reasons, and then that's why they also nerfed Intimidate this generation as well by giving all those abilities. You know,
Well,
especially on mons that typically were weak to Intimidate, like Oblivious, Inner Focus, all now don't get affected by Intimidate.
Yeah, so
Happy too.
I don't think we're really here to talk about VGC though, so I think we're
Yeah. No, I know, but that's why they nerfed Talonflame. It's just because it was too good in the VGC meta.
Yeah. Otherwise, does Nidoking get T-Spikes? I don't remember.
You can get T-Spikes.
It's all the same moves as Nidoqueen.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nope.
But
I don't know, because I think Nidoking got Superpower and then Nidoking doesn't. Isn't that a thing? And then Nidoking got Mega Horn. Or I think that was just in the earlier gens, and then they made it.
As far as the entry hazards go, they all get the same moves.
Okay. I guess just move on to the next team. I think we're pretty alright here. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's fine.
This is a good team. Let's just get that out of the way.
I'm not a fan of Rillaboom plus Lando, actually. They're good on their own, but I don't know if does Landorus get Stomping Tantrum or anything.
Does it get high horsepower? I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, because that's going to be highly it's going to be important.
It does not learn high horsepower, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, because you're nerfing your own Earthquakes. I mean, Grassy Terrain's nice on this team. Really nice, actually, because a couple Earthquake weak Pokemon like Muck, Volcanion, and I mean, Magnezone probably isn't going to live anyways, and then Mawile. All those Pokemon have Earthquake nerfed for them. Downside is Landorus is also nerfed.
It's true.
He has three
like
levitating Pokemon too. Well, like
yeah. What does it nerf? It nerfs Earthquake and Bulldoze, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It is gonna be tough to get around, but I feel like just on paper that Rillaboom having Earthquake damage to Mawile and to Magnezone and to Muck and to Volcanion just outweighs most of the disadvantages there. Like even Landorus, I don't know. Without Earthquake, it can still be a solid weapon with Earth power.
Yeah, but it loses. It really hampers.
It does.
When one of your best Pokemon is hampered by your own team, it's hard.
Yeah, I believe it gets. Doesn't seem too much. I'm gonna look at the DLC for it right now. So.
I don't think he got anything extraordinary in the DLC. No Brave Bird.
Might have done something Tantrum though, so that could be a thing.
Maybe. But not getting it would actually be really nice, just because Rillaboom and OU is going to be able to match up against Landorus alright.
It does not. Well, Rillaboom takes that U-turn though, which is a problem.
Yeah, but if you can get a Grass Glide off first, and Rillaboom has good bulk, so I'm not super concerned.
It does not learn any other ground moves besides Earthquake and Bulldoze, which that does hurt it a lot. And he's gonna have to play around that somehow. But I don't know. I still like the Rillaboom on this team. And he doesn't need to run the Grassy Terrain. He can still run, I don't know. Because that's kind of its thing, but it is something big that I have to get around, but I still think this is a very good team in general, just because it complements Mawile incredibly.
And I have to play it week 1. Yay!
Good luck.
And even, if Landorus isn't the hardest hitter, it can still be a great pivot. Regardless, just to get in that Mawile, set the Stealth Rust, Defog.
Yeah.
There's always options for him, I guess, to trade it, because what team doesn't want to get a Landorus T? There's also I believe Zygarde 50 is a free agent, so yeah. He has a lot of options for sure.
I would definitely go Zygarde over Landorus on this team, actually, because
the Zygarde looks
Ice isn't actually an issue. Ice isn't that big an issue for this team. Only
It handles ice very well.
Yeah, and same with Maul can take it.
I don't. And if he gets the Zygarde, he should definitely drop that Noiburn for some water type into your fourth. But
I still think it's alright, honestly.
Yeah, but I think that water type would be nice too to get that. Oh, I guess there's Volcanion. Maybe some. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, the Zygarde does look nicer on this team than the Landorus. I don't know what to say about it, but still, very good team. One of the better ones in this draft, in my opinion.
Apparently the best one in your opinion. You ranked it number 1 personally.
Yeah, I did, but then Dozo pointed out that Earthquake, and I'm like, shit, he's right. So I don't know if I'd rank it number 1 now, but it's still up there.
Okay.
Especially if he gets that Zygarde.
Yeah, so I'm just going to I guess, next team?
Yeah, Orlando Machamp.
So there's my Mega Venusaur.
There's my least favorite Mega to ever play against. Yeah.
I was thinking about drafting Prim because Prim looks fun. It's a
Prim is
very
fun.
good, it's a very, very, very good wall breaker now.
This team is actually kind of part of the reason that I didn't draft Sand. Because good Sand Pokemon were taken for this team. Stoutland was a consideration near the end, and it got sniped by me before I got it, for me.
I wouldn't call Stoutland a good Sand Pokemon, but I like it. It's one of my favorite ones.
I think it's good even in and out of Sand, because even have Intimidate, and I think it's Scrappy too.
It does get scrappy, yeah.
Yeah, so like Banded Return and stuff can still do good.
I think the Intimidate set with like Thunder Wave is just better.
Oh.
Just,
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's a very good ball Pokemon that can just come in and, be threatening.
Wow.
It still can fire off those returns.
Yeah.
And it's a nice move pool.
Otherwise, this team looks really solid, actually. This is definitely one of the teams I'd put in a higher ranking.
Yeah, I mean, I like this team. My only problem with it is that on paper it looks nice, but he has no pivots. None. Like his best pivot is flip turn from Marina, which is a huge problem when you have all these offensive threats and no way to get them in safely without sacking Pokemon.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really the only major problem that I can see.
There's Teleport Zatu.
Yeah.
Exactly. Teleport Zatu and flip turn from Marina that's really about it.
Yeah, no, I can understand that point. Holy. Would have been nice if Dusknoir got teleport, actually. That would have been a good move on it.
Yeah, it would have been cool. I think Dusknoir, people drafted way too much to be defensive, but I think we saw in Ben's first game that he used it right. It's better with a Life Orb or a Choice Band on it. Either as a Trick Room Sweeper or just a hard hitter.
Yeah, Poltergeist being added this generation is really good for it.
Yeah, Life Orb, Poltergeist, Choice Band, Poltergeist. Especially now in Mega Evolutions, those Poltergeists can always hit those Mega Evolutions super hard. Otherwise, you want to on the next team?
Next team, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everything else is pretty self-explanatory, so yeah, next.
Do I play against this team? Yes, I do. I am going to hate my Week 5 matchup, let me tell you.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to play this, even though in my opinion it's not the best stall team in the world.
Well, it's my Week 6, so...
Yeah.
It's... And you get Mega Save, Save, Attack,
score is always annoying, and then he has some nice cleaners and Latios and Infernape there. And Mega Sableye is a pain in the ass too, but his only cleric is the Alchemy, which I think is his biggest weakness. Because if you have Mold Breaker, Excadrill can just go in and toxic a lot of things.
Doesn't Articuno get Heal Bell?
I'm pretty sure it does actually.
Yeah, but still, his only clerics are low tiers.
Articuno gains a lot from the boots, though.
Yeah.
And even with the Heal Bell, it does nerf Gliscor a little bit. So
yeah,
I think he did get sniped on Blizzier. I believe he got sniped on Blizzier. I don't think he got sniped on Chansey, but I don't know. Maybe he just didn't intend on drafting either of them, but definitely a Blissey would have been better than the Porygon 2. But other than that, very annoying team. Looks like a pain in the ass to play against. Just no fun. Typical easy big team. But
definitely makes sense.
Yeah, but yeah, Alchemy is in my opinion, is bad, and I don't know.
I feel like it's slept on because Iron Defense plus Calm Mind can steamroll a game with Draining Kiss and recover, or even not even just recover. You can run because it has aromatherapy. You can run that.
Yeah, I just don't think it can safely come in on a lot of things you want your Fairy type to do. Because you want your Fairy type to come in on fighting types, but that thing coming in on a close combat or a Drain Punch from like a Conkeldurr, it's just not going to take the same hit that way. But he does have the Sableye to make up for that.
Yeah, I mean, Alchemy has some good speed too. I think it's like 65, so it's actually pretty fast for a wall. So Conkeldurr won't get like a jump on it unless it's running a lot of speed.
Well, I mean, Conkeldurr usually runs speed.
Yeah, but you can also just run a bit of speed on Alchemy and still be faster.
Team with Conkeldurr on it, so but more theory than anything major. But I don't know. I just feel like Alchemy doesn't get the job done. The same way something like a higher tier fairy does, like a Florges, Sylveon, clefable. Like I hate drafting low tier fairies. I always just draft them high now.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
do that too.
I didn't pick up a very good fairy myself, but let's just see how that pays off for me.
Your fairy is like so valley, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the best
The
fairy.
best fairy in the game.
So I guess Philadelphia Flygon's up next.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. That's some of my favorite
First
mons
time
on it.
The
And then,
first
but then
time
it's
I'm
Stormblade,
seeing-
which you can throw up.
First time I'm seeing a Galarian Slowbro in draft. That'll be interesting to watch.
It's already done one battle, and the Slower was really nice in it.
Yeah.
Well, the kill leader page is broken right now, and I'm trying to figure out how to fix it. But I believe it is currently in first place. Plus minus wise.
So yeah, Slowbro is good. Having the Garchomp and Greninja on this team as cleaners, they're both quite good.
Yeah, and Heracross, I feel like a Corviknight would have been better than a Starmie on this team, but Corviknight got taken before, I guess.
Yeah.
Just because Corviknight has that ability to U-turn into the Heracross pretty nicely. But Blissey can. I'd like to see a Teleport Blissey coming out from this team.
Teleport
just-
Slowbro is also a thing.
Yeah, Teleport Blissey into that Heracross would be very
Does
nice.
Shaman get teleport? I don't think it does.
No, it doesn't. It has no pivot options.
Uh, so immediately looking at this team too, though, one thing I noticed is he's got really good physical offense, but his special offense is kind of lacking. Slowbro is about the best he's got, and maybe Greninja. Huh?
In my experience, Greninja is all the special offense you need. Like that thing has such good
Yeah.
coverage with a Life Orb or Choice Specs can just rip through a team.
Yeah.
Disregarding disregarding Greninja, his special sweeper is Slowbro and Frostlass.
Shaman is
Frostlass actually has the same attack and special attack. It's actually better run physical now because of Poltergeist and Triple Axle.
Shaman is a great special attacker though. Like Psychic Earth Power Seed Flare hits a lot of things. Just don't underestimate that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess next team, or we got more to say.
I'll be silent for this one.
Oh, this is your
If you
team.
want to,
Yeah, it's
if
my
you
team,
want to
so
lead
I'll
on
be
this one.
silent.
Are you gonna be silent about this one, or are you gonna take the lead? It's up to you.
No, I'll be silent for this one. I'll
Alright.
let you
Okay,
guys
so this
decide.
team looks really, really bad. I don't like this team at all. No, actually having two of my favorite draft Pokemon put onto this team, in Medicham and Comfey, two very much slept on Pokemon. I like seeing them a lot.
Well, this team, I think it's quite good at the top, quite bad at the bottom, in my opinion. The bottom tier picks, Simi Sage.
I'm the one who endorsed Semi-Sage, but I like the low tiers.
You know what?
Isn't
You'd
as,
rather have Sage on this team than Turret, so...
I mean, they're both trash, but yeah, you can do better.
Well, it gives the team a good speed tier. This team's actually quite fast.
Yeah. The only problems I see with this team is that, as far as hazard removal goes for that Beedrill, you kind of have to rely on Comfey unless you want to run Defog Mew or Defog Staraptor, which both don't appreciate running Defog because Mew would rather run other moves because it's just a Mew. I don't know.
Unless you're running literally Defog Mega B.
I could, well, yeah. But
Big Tech.
I don't think the hazards are the worst thing because you have Grimmsnarl to stop them and Mamoswine. They're both good anti-lead. Same with Gengar, all getting taunt. Simi-Sage.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you can definitely block the hazards for a bit.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's the worst. Yeah. But you're gonna kind of struggle too, I think, because you don't have any Rapid Spin, only Defog. So if you want to get rid of your hazards, you might be getting rid of your own screens at the same time.
Exactly, yeah.
So
Well, actually, I don't think Defog gets rid of your own screen.
it does.
Doesn't
It
it
clears
does,
everything because it gets rid of your own hazards, and yeah, it just clears everything.
I thought they changed that. I don't know.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's.
Keep your screens behind Defog.
I feel like that's wrong just because Defog. That's the point. It's supposed to be the safer hazard removal, but in exchange it removes all hazards.
Yeah. I just thought it kept your own screens, but I may be wrong.
Okay.
It definitely gets rid of your own habits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, otherwise on this team, I mean, I'm just gonna say, Combine Comfy is a great cleaner, and Bulk Up Life Orb Metacham has almost no switch-ins in the entire game. I really. Is it released? I'm pretty sure I checked the DLC. Like it didn't get close combat. Close combat on Metacham would have been incredible.
Yeah.
Because not relying on high jump kick, I believe after a one bulk up and life orb adamant, Metacham does like 90%, maybe even 100% to defensive hip out on. Like just some absolutely astronomical calcs.
Yeah.
So it would have been nice, but
I love the Arcanine on this team because I love Arcanine's ability to come in with those boots, just teleport out safely. Like boots with it's got boots, teleport, Morning Sun, Will-O-Wisp. They can be so fat, intimidate too, and just sit there, teleport into that nice Gengar, that nice Mamoswine, even the Mew or the Beedrill.
I feel like one of the weaknesses though is the fact that there's 4 weather teams so far, because my team has sand. There's the other just dedicated sand team, a hail team, a rain team, which I think is it's the next team is the rain team. So Morning Sun's really gonna hurt it. And this team doesn't deal with rain very well, actually, looking at it.
No, not really. Quagsire with Water Absorb can handle a lot of things.
But it doesn't have Unaware in that case, so other things become issues.
Yeah, I mean...
You know, why is
he doesn't have to worry about it until not grade 8. Round 8, though, so...
Why is
8.
Quagsire even facing backwards on the dock?
I don't know, it's just the sprite that...
He ain't got time for this.
He ain't got time for this, he's like, nah, peace.
Okay, so next team?
Better things to do.
Or...
His Instagram model Quagsire is going to show us that as.
Yeah. Want to run to the next team now?
Yeah. The aforementioned rain team we got.
Yeah, so this was my week 1, actually. And, I mean, it's week 1, it's over, so I don't really have to care about saying what the team's weakness is. And if you watch my week 1, it's unfortunate, but I really screwed up in not taking advantage of that weakness. It's got some quite poor weakness to status. He has no clerics at all, I don't believe.
I'm pretty sure, Yep, no Roma, no heal though. No wish.
Not that I can tell, so
I just checked the doc.
Dust Clops. Does that get healed though? Just
no.
I'm looking at the doc. No Roma, no heal though.
No?
None of them.
Yeah, so this team is really weak to status. If you can spam stats versus it, it's really good. And my plan was to stack hazards myself. I won't specifically say what my plans were, but
Zapdos being the only defoggers.
You also have spin on Armaldo, which has to be considered. But otherwise, hazards did pretty alright versus this team. They could have actually won me the game if I got them up, but I'm getting to spoiler territory for my match. But yeah, one of the things I did notice too while I was prepping, and I do mention when I'm doing my team analysis before the battle, is that Mega Swampert only gets Stomping Tantrum other than Earthquake, which is 75 base power, so its ground type moves take a nerf if it has Bulu out with the grassy terrain. So kind of the same problem as the Landers team, where your really hard hitting ground type isn't going to be able to hit as hard because of your own Pokemon.
I also just think Mega Swampert's gonna be bad. Even in rain, it's just not that good. I feel like there are far better rain sweepers like Kingdra that he could have drafted instead and got a better Mega, like, I don't know, Scizor, for example, because Scizor was on the board for a long time.
I'm not sure why this team didn't pick up in Kingdra unless that went early.
Yeah. No, that's actually still around as far as I remember.
It's still around?
I don't think it's even drafted.
No, it's not drafted.
Not sure why this team didn't pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
He could easily drop the Bulu to the Kingdra, but...
I'd keep the Bulu, actually, just because it's still really nice on this team. I like it with the Sceptiles and Burden. Weakening hits like Earthquakes for Incineroar and Dragalge, and despite not really, like, it's neutral, Ferrothorn's also going to enjoy that reduced damage.
Yeah. Another thing I noticed about this team is I just thought about it myself, because we'll be getting to my team very soon, if not the next one.
It's the next one.
Yeah, I have Tornadus Teeth. and with the 3 grass types and setting up the rain, he has no answers to Hurricane.
Especially if the Zapdos is good, but yeah, otherwise like a Scarf, you're outspeeding everything, I believe, and except Sceptile.
You definitely outspeed Swampert with the Scarf.
Yeah, Sceptile would be your only issue because Unburdened Sceptile. the tech.
Like what do Stone Edge? That's 80% chance, and even so, like there's answers to Sceptile.
Yeah, just saying, it's an option for him. But yeah, no, his matchup against Tornadus isn't that good, to be fair. So yeah, Status and Tornadus are the issues of this team. I still think any rain team is going to be good.
I think someone has to make a Pidgeot, right?
No.
I mean, it has no card anyway, but I'm sure someone has. I know someone has Tornadus Eye, don't they?
Yep. But there is no.
Kuno gets Hurricane. What else? Let's just go through this. Crobat gets Hurricane now.
Either way, I don't feel that this team, like, it's just has status is the biggest thing for me. If it could fix a status weakness, it'd be a lot better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's very weak to Bird Spam too. Bird Spam wrecks him. Aside from
Okay. Well, we're encroaching on an hour here, so you want to just do your team now?
Yeah, sure. We'll talk about my team quickly.
The last team here.
Yeah, we can do a little power ranking, or at least I don't know. We don't have to, but after.
We can.
Okay, so this team.
I like it a lot personally. The thing I'm gonna go ahead and quickly say the things I don't love about it. I don't love Aggron as a steal. I don't like. It's just there weren't many left by the point in the draft. Like most of them had gone already, and I wanted to secure my Gallade and Tornadus quickly. And usually I like to draft a Steel or a Fairy, one of those 2 picks, but I wasn't able to. Well, I didn't.
Well, you got Weezing, so.
Not, but I got the Weezing. It's nice, yeah. Weezing is the answer. A lot of things that check the Gallade.
Are you moving? Sorry, are you moving back and forth from your mic because your audio is kind of going in and out?
Maybe I am. I'll try this just to stay closer now.
Yeah.
If this is better.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Weezing I found can check a lot of answers to Gallade, especially like fast fairies. Can just, Weezing can come in on them. Scarfers can come in on Weezing. Milotic too. Nice, just Absorber. The Celebi, I do have little plans for the Celebi. I like it a lot. Never used it, but it seems cool.
It got some nice stuff. It got Orsphere, which was really nice for it because now it actually, with Tyranitar also losing Pursuit, it's actually got a favorable matchup against Tyranitar now.
Well,
better.
We still have this league, but yeah,
better.
Can I mention something because I just thought of it?
Go ahead.
With the Urshifus in the game and they're guaranteed critical hit moves, just wanted to bring this up because I saw Crocodile. Anger Point is actually a tech option now.
It is,
with
not for the water one. not for the water
one, but for the dark one. For the dark
yeah, but one close combat and that really screws a Crocodile anyway, so it's a very risky move. Intimidate Crocodile seems like it'd be better for most of the games anyhow. I'm not looking at the team again, but Anger Point is an option.
Yeah, I don't know. I got the Swadloon here. I got the Cursula.
Swadloon wins the game. Alright, yeah, let's just pack it up now.
Cursula. Yeah. You have no idea how bulky Swadloon is. That thing is fat.
But it lost to my Dragonite like two seasons ago.
I've seen
the separate league.
Swadloon take like 30% from body.
Its typing is horrendous though. It's one of the worst typings in the game. So as a defensive Pokemon, it's still not that good.
Yeah. I mostly got it just for nice sticky webs. It was 20 points. Why not?
Yeah. That's fair.
Alright, so are we doing that little PR thing?
I'm honestly, it sounds bad to say, but I don't even know how I'm going to really fit it on the screen. So might just actually want to skip that. That's just something that's going to be in the league, I think.
Yeah.
Like, teams of note we can talk. Like, Rain Team could be top tier if only it was helped a little bit by status control.
I think
Yeah, I think if Aaron gets that Zygarde and maybe swaps the Noivern out for something,
Mhm.
he can phenomenal.
Yeah, I like Camkiss's team, the Malmo
Very good.
firefighting.
Yeah.
That team is definitely probably near my number 1 slot.
I still like
very good team.
Still like Minneapolis Mamoswine team here, even with the earthquake weekend thing.
Yeah,
I
Miami
feel like
Manaphy's,
I'm
and then yeah, if he swaps the Landorus for a Zygarde, I think this team is also a top tier.
The only problem with that is that he does lose his best Stealth Rocker, and then he relies on Miltank, so he would have to drop the Noivern for a Stealth Rocker.
Well, he has
Right.
Lunatone too, and you could technically run Stealth Rocks on Mawile. I don't. He
Discard.
loses.
Mawile should never run Stealth Rock.
I don't.
No, but it has the option.
think
But I
Mawile
understand that.
running Stealth Rocks is punishable by capital punishment.
Yeah, well, Lunatone also gets Stealth Rocks, and like you said, the Noivern could be swapped out for another Rocker. So my personal thoughts, because he has enough high speed, I think, with and priority with Grassy Glide and Mage's speed tier is good. Zygarde can Dragon Dance. He'll lose the speed a bit, but if he picks up another Rocker and just ditches Landorus for Zygarde, I think this team does benefit quite a bit.
I mean, like, even you look in tier 4 now, you got stuff like, I'm assuming he's gonna want some sort of ice check. I don't know.
Easy Bake also has a decent team. That's
I
kind of
like it,
mid tier.
but I don't know. It's the Alchemy just holds it back for me from putting it very high because I think he relies on it.
Yeah, and the Rain team, of course, like I said, get a hazard control and you're going to be a lot better.
Exactly, yeah.
So I think those are just the big notes for the teams. Everything else is mid to low tier, in my opinion. No teams are straight up bad, though.
I don't think we have any bad teams. I don't think we have any broken.
Yeah.
It's
Like, even the Mono Psychic team, it's not bad.
It's not
for
awful,
a
no.
Mono
It's
Psychic.
just gimmicky, and it can be outplayed.
Mm-hmm.
At least it's
Then
not
again, I'm
Mono
glad it
Bug.
happened because
All right. Well, I
Can
guess.
we just say that now at the time? That there's a Mono team, at least it's not Mono Bug.
yeah.
Monoground's the best mono, in my opinion. That's my personal favorite mono team.
Mono
Makes sense.
flying is also very good.
Mono Water is good if you don't want anyone else to have fun.
That is true. Mono Steel also. Mono Steel is probably the most fun running.
Yeah.
Well, either way, I think that's everything.
Yep.
Maybe we could go through again, halfway through the season, and just kind of go over how the teams are performing and some of the techs we've seen, and just kind of give
That
a
sounds
proper review of the teams. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm only really going to be going over my battles in this league. Maybe I'll do weekly reviews, but probably not. I don't think I have the time for that.
Yeah, that seems like a lot of time, yeah.
But I mean, if you want to see one of these, if you want to see me go through the league, and you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe for some more.
Hit that sub button.
Hit that sub button.
I'm watching.
click that
I'm
like.
watching you through your screen.
But yeah. Otherwise, I mean, I'll be posting my first. I'm blurring that out. Because that's a spoiler. But I'll be posting my first game in a couple days. And yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. This is fun.
Okay.
Here.
Alright, that's it. And bye.